What's up, movie Drew Schmoedown fans? No fancy intro as per usual. I'm just, trying to catch up on all the Schmoedown stuff before Spectacular, which, believe it or not, from a point of view, is actually closer than you think. Objects in a mirror are closer than they appear. This one is between Adam Collins and Peggy Gubbins. Obviously, I'm supporting Peggy Gubbins on this one, or nothing against Adam Collins. It's just, why wouldn't you support Peggy? I mean, why not? She's an awesome player. She's got a great story coming into the Schmoedown. I did a show with her once upon a time about a year ago, and she's just an awesome person. So why wouldn't you support Peggy Gubbins on this one? Funny thing is, I believe they actually did play each other in the fan leagues, so this will be an interesting one. I mean, I think I know who wins because of all the people I associate myself with, and all the various different shows I'm guest starring on. But actually, I don't particularly remember if any of them told me who won or not. So just have to go in and see who wins for myself. And obviously, I'll be playing myself, but it's a singles match, so don't expect any correct questions out of me. Here we go.
To the movie trivia Schmoedown. The ultimate Schmoedown is upon us.
Pajama
as is
Campbell.
A very well-dressed PJ Campbell, our head writer turned ace announcer partner. It's going to be a fun one to call today because it is Peggy Gubbins taking on Adam Collins. How do you see this one going down? PG taking on the Coyote.
Look, it could go either way. This tournament has already got so many twists and turns, so I'm very excited to see this play out. Collins is coming off of a big loss. I feel like he thinks that he's got something to prove today. But Peggy, man, she's had quite the run, and coming off that loss with Radis, now she also feels like she has something to prove. John Carter bit her once. Hope she's not mad at me for that, so I'm excited to see how this is going to go.
Yeah, well, you talk about Adam Collins, and he seems to be the guy nobody wants to play when he is coming off of a loss, much like being a real Coyote. You get him into a corner, and he's ready to strike. You would have to say that he is the odds-on favorite to win today's match, if not the whole tournament. But I like what you said about Peggy Gubbins, because it's her competitiveness and her ability to pull clutch answers that have won her over with the Schmoedown fan base. They love cheering her on, but when she's going in to the Coyotes' yard, it could be a different story. This is going to be one of those matches where it could come down to the wire, it could come down to a wheel spin, or it could come down to the managerial expertise of Shannon Barney, the queen of corruption, who is in the Coyotes' corner. But Kate Mulligan's over there in PG, and Kate Mulligan, for once, PG, I feel like Kate actually has some confidence in her own managerial ability, something that we have had all along.
I mean, look, she got Harper all the way to that title. That dude walked away with the belt. She's doing pretty good right now, so she's flying high, and I think that now she feels empowered with what she was able to do, and I think we're going to see her bring it here today.
Two of the newer competitors in the Schmoedown, but already two fan favorites taking it on today. How did we get here? Let's answer that question right now.
They had me up there with this belt, and I love this belt, and it's going to come back. I'm not worried about that. Now I get to play again. Now I get to beat up on all these people who think that they know as much as I do, and they don't.
I'm Adam Collins, and I know more than you.
Yeah, this was not my best game. Frankly, I am disappointed.
I truly felt like watching Collins play against JTE. I was watching somebody who was, a little hesitant. He wasn't just going for it, just taking the shot every time.
Me?
The Coyote did.
Oh, I'm great.
I love the t-shirt. I wish I could order this t-shirt, but I can't. Because, what the hell?
Now, admittedly, Collins had some unexpected early slip-ups this season, and that's totally okay. We're back to square one, and he's back where it all began. And this time, there's no rust left on him.
No matter what, Adam cemented himself last year as a really great player in beating Roca, Lon, Brendan Meyer, Liz Shannon Miller, Jeff Snyder, and then Dan Merle.
The Coyote is hungry, and he's ready to run through this tournament once again.
One of my favorite things in sports is the NCAA tournament in March. They call it March Madness because because in the tournament, anything can happen.
But obviously, when you go back and you look at the way she played from match 1 into this match, but she played phenomenally, and I think we're going to see PG for quite a while here.
It didn't go my way in the end, but I'm still happy with my performance.
What is the story? What is the rap on Adam Collins if he loses to Peggy Gubbins in round 1?
Now, I got my work cut out for me on this side of the bracket, and it all begins with someone I know very well from my roots in the fan leagues. One Peggy Gubbins.
Everybody sort of feels like this is a foregone conclusion that Peggy Gubbins couldn't possibly hold her own against Adam Collins. Well, that's surprising to me.
And there is a way Peggy Gubbins can beat Adam Collins. Adam Collins has earned this favorable matchup. Round 3 matches, anything can happen.
It's been a rough year for my record, but this Coyote's lost none of his appetite, especially since that horror match with Bibbs and Video Drew was worth a few points. What's that? No points, you say? Excellent.
Upsets happen. Upsets happen all the time. If I knock Adam Collins out in the first round when he won the whole thing last year, that goes down as one of the biggest upsets in Schmoedown history.
This is the first correction in a long series back to that belt. It's time to remind you all that I am still Adam Collins, and I still know more than you do.
Even a 3-year-old knows that Peggy Gubbins is not out of this thing. Hey James, who's gonna win, Adam Collins or Peggy Gubbins?
Peggy Gubbins!
All right, well, you see that, PJ. Again, these are two competitors who enjoy a little bit of trash talk good-naturedly, but they are really here to win and to score points for their faction, something that if you get hot in a tournament setting, those points can come in bunches.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, there's no other way to say it. This is high stakes. Everyone wants these points. I just can't wait to see this go down.
All right, so in the future, it's going to be time for you to go to see that Rocketeer reboot, which I know you're very excited about. In the meantime, do you have any plans, obligations for the next hour?
Hanging out with you, my friend, asking some questions and having a good time.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the movie trivia Schmoedown. Introducing first,
representing the Den, with a record of one win, one defeat. It's PG Peggy Gubbins! And there she is, Chicago's Peggy Gubbins. Peggy, it is great to see you once again as we get into the competitive throes of the football season. You find yourself in a tournament setting here in the movie Trivia Schmoedown. It's the ultimate Schmoedown. You've had some success and some heartbreak already in your young career. What's it going to take for you to get past the Coyote today and go on a deep tournament run of your own?
It's going to take a little bit of luck. Adam won the whole thing last year. He is no one to be underestimated. And me, I'm just hoping to pull off the upset here and bust everyone's brackets. I'm hoping he is Georgetown. I am Florida Gulf Coast. Not everyone will get that reference, but Mark, I trust that you do.
I certainly did get it. PJ, did you pick up on that one at all?
PJ!
I believe it had something to do with
Why are you doing this to me, PJ?
That, we can give PJ the point on that.
Perfect.
Still one of my favorite moments.
But yeah,
of the
I'm
year.
ready to roll. Come what may. The pressure is on Collins right now. He has to try to match what he did last season. Let's see if he can do it.
PJ, any questions for either Peggy, or are you just wondering about those pair of shoes and if they'll fit you as well?
That is exactly what I was thinking, and if she was trying to rival my movie collection by doing what she's doing with her back wall.
I think my wall's better than yours. That's okay.
Oh,
are those all DVDs? Are they some
all
CDs?
DVDs? All DVDs. All DVDs blue ways.
They're all DVDs. All right, so there is PG Peggy Gubbins. We're going to let her relax for a sec while we bring in her opponent. And her opponent, representing Corruption, with a record of 7 wins, 2 defeats, and 3 knockouts. It's Adam the Coyote Collins. There is the Coyote with a DVD collection of his own, and he's pulling off some hammer-ons and some whammy bar dives there. Adam Collins, you find yourself in a tournament. Like your opponent is well aware, you did pretty well in the Ultimate Schmoedown last season. What's it going to take for you to repeat that success and get another championship?
Well, Ellis, this is about getting back to square one. That's exactly where I am. The loss to JTE was self-inflicted. He played well, but I handed him that victory. And then Chance took care of that, balanced things out in the ledgers, which I appreciate.
TKO.
Now it's back to square one, and I got a familiar opponent here, someone I've played in other locations that aren't the Schmoedown, and she's always been fierce. So this is going to be a hell of an opener, I anticipate.
PJ, over to you. Then I have a question about Adam's shirt.
Actually, my question was about the shirt. Is that a shot at me?
Go ahead.
Oh, what is this in reference to?
I believe there was a Cars question in your last match. Did you take it a little personally?
A little.
Is that the film about the anthropomorphic automobiles?
That would be the one.
Okay, I'm familiar. But yeah, I just I like light blue.
Okay.
I thought it was Herbie the Love Bug myself, so that's why I am on this side of the desk. All right, there is Adam the Coyote Collins. One more question for you before we get you face-to-face against your opponent. You and Shannon Barney work very well together. You also on a very successful team alongside Marisol McKee in Deception. So what has the training been like? How's it been different this time versus last season?
Well, frankly, like I said, cobwebs and rust were very much at play in my last match, and dusted those things off, polished up the edges. It was really just about staying in a regular routine with the crew, and that's what I've been doing. And feeling pretty tuned in, feeling like my old self again. So I'm pretty freaking excited about this match.
Myself gets older and older every day. All right, let's get these competitors face to face. And there we are, Collins and Gubbins, PG, and the Coyote. Round number one is just about to happen. Here's how it works. 8 questions, 3 different corners of movie trivia. Schmoedown know-how will be asked to the field. Each question's worth 1 point. There's no penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing, tomfoolery, or thievery in round number one. We'll ask the question. You have 15 seconds to write down your best attempt at an answer. Once we ask you by name or nickname, please show what you wrote to your camera. At the same time, you verbalize your attempt into the microphone. I'll remind each competitor of your 3 usages of the JTE rule throughout the duration of the match. Not sure you heard a question right. You want to buy yourself another 15 seconds. Use your repeat. That's also your JTE rule. You also each have 1 challenge you may utilize at any point throughout the 3-round match. We'll bring in managers. We'll deliberate to our heart's content. It will ultimately be your manager that confirms and ratifies if said challenge is taking place. So there they are, Collins and Gubbins, focused, ready to get their tournament for 2021 underway. Adam the Coyote Collins, are you ready to compete?
It doesn't have a good ring.
Correction. I'm very ready.
And PG, are you very ready to compete as well?
Let's go.
Let's get ready to Schmoedown! Asking the very first question of this match will be the one, the only. And he dressed up very nice. PJ Campbell.
All right, guys. Question number 1 comes in the realm of 90s movies. Robin Williams stars in this 1998 fantasy film about a man's journey through the afterlife to reunite with his wife after he dies.
All right, so I know you were around for some of the 90s. Were you around for all of the 90s?
I was. Outside of 19 days.
I don't remember the name of it.
You will.
You missed a lot in those first 19 days. Fine.
Well, I mean, look, I saw the O.J. Simpson trial. I guess that really is everything.
2, 1. No, a wall came down. Everybody was excited. Adam Collins, did you have it?
What dreams may come.
What dreams may come is correct. How about Peggy?
What dreams may come?
They both got that underseen Robin Williams film, and now we move on to horror/thrillers. And your question for another point: what horror franchise has featured performances from Danny Glover, Sean Patrick Flannery, and Chris Rock?
Now, Mark, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you actually like horror thriller?
9.
All right, yeah.
5.
We saw Annabelle Comes Home together once. Or no, Creation?
What? Either way, I'm sure I like that. I like those Annabelle movies. Pens down. It's not an Annabelle movie we're looking for. Did Peggy have the correct answer?
The Saw franchise.
It is the Saw franchise, Adam Collins.
Single word.
I saw that.
We are tied at 2. A little bit of low-hanging fruit, but it's round 1. We're all still getting warmed up. So back to you, PJ, for question 3.
Question 3 is in the realm of dramas. What Oscar-winning 1980s film has the tagline, "The man, the music, the madness, the murder"?
But what now?
I mean, really could be anybody in Guns N' Roses.
I mean, that sounds like Axl's biography, to be honest with you.
But what a show they put on a few weeks ago.
I'm still
4,
so jealous.
3, 2, 1. They still got it. Pens down. Let's go to you first, Mr. Collins.
Hard not to sing it, Amadeus.
You're welcome to sing if you want to. How about Peggy? Did she have it?
Amadeus.
Amadeus.
She certainly
Dr.
did.
Zayas,
As long
Dr.
as nobody
Zayas,
does Thomas
Dr.
Hulse's
Zayas,
laugh
Dr.
from
Zayas.
that movie, I think we're
That
all
was,
okay.
my
This is a
attempt
very
at
easy transition
humor.
because we go from Amadeus, which is a drama. It's also somewhat of a biopic, and that's your next category, Biopics. And the question,
Biopics.
who received an Oscar nomination for playing Marilyn Monroe in the film My Week with Marilyn?
I think I'm gonna put
Now, Mark,
this
did you ever
whiteboard
want
aside
to
for
have
a
a
second
week
and
with
just
me?
watch the match because
I mean, it's
I
a very
clearly
loaded
ain't
question,
getting any of
PJ. I don't
these.
know how old you think I am, but by the time I was on Earth, she was long gone.
Yeah, but time machines,
4, 3, 2, 1.
DeLoreans and the
I am a fan,
TARDISes
posthumously
and-
so, of Norma Jean. Did PG have it?
That would be the Dawson's Creek alumni, Michelle Williams.
She was occasionally in that rowboat. How about Collins?
H2O alumni. Come on. Michelle
Ah, there you go.
Williams.
That is correct.
That works too.
A very diverse resume from Michelle Williams. Back to you, PJ, for question 5.
Question 5 is going to be in the realm of action-adventure films. In what film in the James Bond franchise will you find Sean Connery's 007 attempting to stop a devious scheme to raid Fort Knox?
Both competitors perfect. Halfway through
Again,
round
another
number 1,
question I
and
can
much
just
to Mike
throw in an
Kalinowski's
answer.
dismay, I don't understand
hit
why
it.
we don't simply call him 7.
I try not to get in that argument. It's just easier. I
4,
don't like when Mike gets mad at me.
2, 1. Pens down, and we go to Adam
I
Collins
just put
first.
a random answer together.
Goldfinger?
Is correct.
Okay,
Did PG
I
have it?
just said
Did
from
not
Russia
have it.
with love.
Did not have it, and
Because I don't
PG
know
takes
James
the first
Bond.
miss for either competitor of the ball game. It is now 5-4 in favor of the Coyotes. So we move to our next category, comedy. Oh, thank you. New laugh from the Coyote. Your question for a point. Which rom-com franchise featured the title character's diary, found her on the edge of reason, and concluded with her having a baby?
No, those writers are just getting too clever for themselves.
I was gonna say this one just has you smiling from ear to ear, doesn't it?
I have my moments.
This is like a professional game show.
I know, right? I love it.
3, 2, 1. 8 seasons in, we finally did it. Peggy.
Bridget Jones.
Bridget Jones is correct.
I don't know
and
why
Adam
I've had
Collins.
such a hard time writing this.
Jones.
Bridget Jones
letters
is
just did not
correct. The
came to
daughter of
me.
Indiana. It's not
But
canon.
I got an
It
easy
is in my
one,
head.
so that's a point for me
PJ,
so far.
their penultimate question is...
In the realm of animated films, what is the name of the clumsy dwarf who never speaks in the Disney classic Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs?
I mean, this is a question.
Oh man, I mean, look, it's just got... This character is so beloved by so many people.
I've never really differentiated any of them, to be honest. 5.
Oh, wow.
Why did it snap, apparently?
Does that make me a bad person? Pens down. Let's go to Adam Collins first.
The conspicuously beardless Dopey.
Dopey.
He doesn't have a beard? Wow. How about Peggy?
Dopey.
She had Dopey, and so it is still just a 1-point ball game as we careen into our final category here in round number 1. Should Adam the Coyote Collins hit this final question, he will have a perfect round 1 and thus will be awarded a bonus question just to him. We're not there yet. Where we are is the category of black cinema. And the question: which rapper appeared in the films Smokin' Aces, Selma, and The Hate You Give?
Yeah, Mark, have you seen Smoking?
I remember seeing the trailers for it. I don't think I ever actually finished it. Good?
I love it. Joe Carnahan. I like that guy, man.
You getting a tattoo of it?
No, not that much, but I enjoy it. Shot up in Northern California. Hometown.
1. Hands down. You sound like McCougar with Pittsburgh. Let's go to Peggy first. Did you have it?
Is that most stuff?
It is not Most Def for a 2-point
definitely
lead.
not.
Adam Collins, and a perfect round.
Common.
He got Common, and that is correct for a perfect ball game thus far through round number 1. An impressive round for Gubbins, but Adam Collins goes perfect. It's currently 8-6, so now Adam Collins has that bonus question awarded to him. PJ Campbell's going to be asking it. Adam, you don't have to write down the answer. It's just to you. You may answer whenever you're ready within that 15-second window. PJ, whenever you're ready.
All right, your bonus question. How many comedy films did Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor star in together?
I'm going to guess
I believe it was 4.
4 is correct. Silver Streak, Stir Crazy, See No Evil, Hear No Evil, and Another You.
I mean, that was a very quick get off that.
Yeah, it was. Impressive, really.
All right, so there's that
He said
bonus
4, I said
point that is
3,
loomed
but now
large
I only have
already in Season 8. It's 9-6, still a competitive ball game here. As we get into round number 2, this is the wheel round. It's the Wheel of Fate, Doom, Justice, all that good stuff, and each competitor gets a spin at it. Once you settle on a particular realm of questioning, 4 queries will emerge in that particular genre. Each one's worth 2 points. There is no penalty for missing a question, but all that tomfoolery and thievery and stealing I talked about, that is legal in round number 2. So if you're not sure what the answer is, you can ask PJ or myself for multiple choice. We'll give you 4 options, one of which PJ told me is the correct answer. At that point, the value of the question does recede to 1. JTE rules and challenges still in play. Coyote, you have a 3-point lead. Would you like to spin that wheel first or defer to PG?
I'm a coyote of action. Let's spin.
All right, he's going to spin, so we're going to let Peggy relax while we bring in the manager of the Coyote, Shannon.
Very good, very good. Hello, hello. I think it's so sweet. They asked about Dopey for them to put a question about Kate in the first round. I think it was really adorable. Good job. Good job, writers.
She does not have a beard.
And she doesn't talk, but she just makes a lot of noise. So it fits. It fits. That was very sweet of you, PJ. Good looking out.
Wow.
Anyway, Collins, I feel like basically all the stuff that we talked about earlier in the day is kind of playing out exactly how I suspected it would. So I just want you to stay loose and just keep doing what you're doing. I don't have much for you because I think we covered everything we needed to cover in our chat earlier.
I would agree. And I'm in the mood for burgers tonight. So let's keep going.
Let's do it.
Okay, so the Coyote, a wild animal, gets to eat a burger, and we're not invited.
No, instead I got told I was writing about Kate, about Turkey.
We didn't necessarily say it was a hamburger, so it could be any sort of
I don't want to know what else it is. I know that it got dangerously close to Spinner's choice, but it lands on a pretty popular fella, Harrison Ford. Would you like to keep that Coyote? You and your manager have 60 seconds to talk it over.
I know that you probably watched at least Clee's match and other matches that have featured Harrison Ford in round 2, so you know what to expect out of these questions. How do you feel about it?
Well, Harry, I like to call him Harry. He and I go way back.
Harry Ford.
I was one of his first passengers that he did not crash his plane for. And we spent a lot of time talking about some of his early filmography. Let's take it.
Take it. All right, and you take your time. Listen to those questions, all right? You got your 3 repeats if you need them. Don't overshoot anything. Trust your gut.
All right.
All right, let's do it.
All right, it is Harrison Ford movies. And on behalf of all of us here at the Schmoedown, Harrison, please stop flying World War II planes. Or just stop flying planes altogether. Adam, you have 4 questions. Peggy's going to be ready for the steal. We do need to see competitors' hands at all times during round 2. PJ Campbell will be administering this set of Harrison Ford questions. PJ, I know that is music to your ears.
That it is, my friend. I'm ready to go. Question number 1 in the realm of Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford played the Tom Clancy character Jack Ryan for the first time in what 1992 film?
Patriot Games.
That is correct for 2 points. Question number 2. Who plays Sandra Walker, Ford's wife who mysteriously goes missing in the film Frantic?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Bonnie Bedelia, B, Betty Buckley, C, Wendy Crewson, or D, Emmanuel Singer?
Bonnie Bedelia, because it sounds
Repeat
like
the
a
options.
comic book character's
Is it
name.
A, Bonnie Bedelia, B,
I don't know.
Betty Buckley, C. Wendy
Buddy
Crewson,
Buckley.
or D.
Yeah, that's different.
Emmanuel Singer?
Betty Buckley.
That is correct for 1 point.
Whew, what a pool there.
That was a great pool. We move on to the third question in this round. Who plays Harrison Ford's son, Percy Dollarhide, in Cowboys and Aliens?
Paul Dano. Isn't it?
People just love beating this guy in the face in movies. I think it's Paul Dano.
They really do, and that is
Well, I
correct
knew
for
that.
another 2 points.
All right, so Coyote only checking to multiple choice once. He did use his free repeat of multiple choice already, but he still got 3 JT rolls and 1 question remaining in his round 2 with the topic Harrison Ford. What's he looking at for his final question?
The final question in the realm of Harrison Ford. In Blade Runner 2049, Agent K tracks down Rick Deckard in the ruins of what U.S. city?
Las Vegas.
That is correct for 2 points, Mark.
At this point, it will probably
That
be
is
Las
correct, and
Vegas.
so Adam Collins now with a 10-point lead over PG, and I can confirm after being there, I didn't see Harrison Ford in Las Vegas. But we don't worry about that right now. What we are going to be concerned with is Adam Collins getting a much-deserved respite
2049.
while we bring in Peggy Gubbins' manager, Kate Mulligan.
PG! Hey, first of all, how happy are we that they did a question about Shannon in the first round? She's so common. Question for you, Peggy. Do you want me to be upset about your performance? Because I'm absolutely not. I actually feel like you're doing so. I love your confidence. I love your ease. I'm telling you, you're in a great place. And today, it's about leaving your legacy. Forget the score right now. Who cares? Do I see a player that has changed, that has improved, that has gotten better, that has heart, that is showing up today to fight against somebody who's formidable? Absolutely. So this is the person I'm glad that I'm sitting opposite of. This is the person I'm delighted that showed up today. And I refuse to feel anything other than ecstatic about your performance in that first round. You are amazing. Shall we spin this thing, sis?
Let's do it. I'm kicking myself a little bit about that common one. He's a Chicago guy. I should have had it, But hey, that's in the past. Round 2's
It doesn't
coming up.
matter. It's in the
Gotta
past.
focus on the future. Let's go.
You know who he's dating now?
I do not.
Tiffany Haddish.
Really?
Hot gossip from
Tiffany
Kate
Haddish.
Mulligan.
I had no
cute
idea.
couple.
I learned something today.
No.
You want to hear about some more couples?
Wow. And
who?
Peggy Gubbins almost
Star
coupled
Wars
with
alumnus.
opponent's choice, but she
Interestingly
survives that
enough.
wedge to move on to Natalie Portman. 60 seconds to decide if you two would like to keep that for your faction.
We don't need 60 seconds, do we?
No, we don't. We talked about this. We're swinging for the fences. I want one of my wedges. Let's see if it happens. Spin it again.
Running away from
I like
another
the
one of the
dance.
Star Wars alumni on the wheel.
I was going to say, PJ, I
That's
thought
what
that
I
they were
said.
taking Natalie Portman and they were just going to ace it. That's the confidence I was receiving.
Okay.
We got so
Easy.
close, baby. We
So
got
close.
so close.
Oh yeah, I see what she was going for.
All right. Peggy Gubbins, these are new releases. These are films released within the last 18 or so months, maybe 2 years. We get desperate. 2 points apiece unless you need multiple choice. You're currently facing a 10-point deficit, but 8 points possibly available in this round. With the category of new releases, question number 1. Michael Pena and Chloe Grace Moretz star in what 2021 family-based film from a cartoon series?
Tom and Jerry. Knew that one.
You know, I'm gonna check it down multiple just to be sure.
5, 4, multiple choice. All right. Your 4 options for a point. Is it A, Luca, B, Raya and the Last Dragon, C, Tom and Jerry, D, The Boss Baby, Family Business?
It's Tom and Jerry.
It is Tom and Jerry, and Peggy Gubbins is on the board
High's
here.
favorite
PG
movie.
getting a point off multiple choice. And we move on to her next question in the world of new releases, and it is Aldous Hodge plays Jim Brown in what biopic that also features Michael Imperioli and Leslie Odom Jr.?
One Night in Miami.
Directorial debut, One Night in Miami.
Well, she knew that new release right off the bat, and that is 2 more points. She has cut into that lead. It's now a 7-point advantage for the Coyote. 2 questions remain in
69!
the category of new releases. Your next question and your penultimate one. Which actress plays the female lead Kat in Christopher Nolan's film Tenet?
Elizabeth Debicki.
Yeah, multiple choice.
All right, your 4 options for a point. Is it A, Elizabeth Debicki, B, Carey Mulligan, C, Marion Cotillard, or D, Betty Gilpin?
It's Elizabeth Debicki.
May I get a repeat of the options?
Certainly,
regret
that's your one free one for multiple choice.
ever
Is it
watching
A,
that
Elizabeth
movie.
Debicki, B, Carey Mulligan,
But at
C,
least I
Marion
know the
Cotillard, or D, Betty Gilpin?
I'm gonna go A.
A.
I don't know if she knew it or she guessed it, but it is correct either way, PJ. That is another point, and it is a 6-point lead for the Coyote. Gubbins navigating her way around this very smoothly, and she has 1 question remaining in the category of new releases. Here it is. Who directed the 2020 horror film Freaky?
That one I am going to need multiple choice.
All right. Is it A, Lee Whannell, B, Christopher Landon, C, William Eubank, or D, Craig Zobel?
I'm gonna guess Christopher Landon.
I'm gonna guess D, Craig Zobel.
D is incorrect. And so for a 1-point steal opportunity, Coyote, I'm going to repeat the question and your options. Who directed the 2020 horror film Freaky? Is it A, Lee Whannell, B, Christopher Landon, C, William Eubank, or D, Craig Zobel?
Peggy, I love you, so please forgive the catchphrase. I've been able to use it in a while. Correction, it's Christopher Landon.
The correction is noted and is correct as such. That is
I got it
Christopher
right.
Landon directing Freaky. That's a
Interesting.
1-point steal for Collins. He gets the lead back up to 7.
outplayed Peggy
But
Gubbins
now we
in
go into
one
round
round.
3, and PJ 17-10. We've seen in the past a 7-point lead is
It
anything
means
but safe
absolutely nothing
heading into the
because
deciding
she
round.
still knows more than I
Yeah,
do.
look, she's
but-
got some ground to cover, but anything can
I'm
happen in this
gonna-
game. We've seen
I'm
it
gonna
happen
look at
multiple
this as a
times, even in
victory.
this tournament. So I'm excited to
Because
see what's going to happen.
that ain't never happening
That's
again.
because 10 possible points are
Not
available
ever.
for each competitor in round number 3. You face 3 questions total. There is no penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing in round number 3. How do we get those questions? We get some help from our competitors. Each one has to give us a series of numbers. We need 3 numbers from each of you. These numbers may range from 1 to 20. You may not pick the same numerals as your opponent, as each integer corresponds to a unique category of Schmoedown mystery. Question 1 is worth 2 points. Question 2 is worth 3 points.
also helps that I
Question
watched
3 is
three of
worth
those
5
movies.
big, possibly match-deciding points. It is a 7-point advantage for Collins. So, Collins, we're going to get your lucky numbers first. From 1 to 20, what feels fortunate?
3, 7, and 11.
3, 7, and 11. It is. Peggy, any numbers between 1 to 20 that are not 3, 7, or 11?
9, 18, and 1.
All right, 9, 18, and 1 it is. So now we're going to let Peggy chill for a second, bring in Adam Collins' manager, the queen of corruption, Shannon Barr.
I love that Kate called me common because it is indeed very common for me to get in everyone's heads and make them second guess how good they are, which is why Peggy is failing today. And that's why Kate is failing her. It is also not unlike common that I am verbally superior to Kate in every way. So thank you, Kate. That was a wonderful compliment. I love common.
You also
Adam.
can hold your own in a fight with John Wick.
I absolutely freaking can. You better believe it.
Oh, don't
Adam,
mess with
you're doing amazing.
Yeah, I'll
She's
take
gonna
her
have to
at
get a
her
5-pointer
word
no
for
matter
it.
what happens here. I'm not gonna say get complacent because she very well could pull it off, and we might have to answer a couple questions here. So you just stay on guard. You stay ready.
Stay on
I'm not
target,
anticipating
stay on
much out of her,
target.
but weirder things have happened. So you stay ready. You stay on that defense, and hopefully we'll end this in a TKO. If not, we're walking away with that win today. We're walking away with the win.
I know, Peggy. I'm prepared either way. Let's go.
You got this.
All right, thank you, corruption. All right, 60 seconds.
What are the odds that you think? I don't know if you're a stats lady, but what are the odds that you think Shannon Barney's the one that's bullying my kid at school? Pretty good, right? I gotta look into that. Whew, pretty good, pretty high. Thank you guys. Thank you for voting on that. Listen, you guys. Bottom line, Peggy, what's good about every sports movie?
The comebacks at the end.
Hello, honey. Rudy. Rudy, Peggy, Here's the bottom line. At this point, I actually want you to take
trio's
the pressure
down to
off of
2.
yourself, because this could be your last couple of moments, and I'm not being negative here. This could be your last couple of moments in Schmoedown this season. Let's enjoy them. But also, how amazing would these moments be if it's the moment that you unseat Adam Collins? So there's no pressure here, but just take your moment. Think about how you started the season. Think about why you're in this league, and just ride out this last round. You did beautifully today. I loved your gameplay in round 2. I could not be proud of how you played that. We have no more time left, but I love you. You've got this. Rudy!
Thank you, Kate, for that very spirited pep talk. And I will say before we get into round number 3, if anybody ever even thinks about bullying either one of Kate's kids, I just got back from Las Vegas. I saw plenty of nice spots in the desert. Molly the Wonder Dog and I will rent a van, and you will never be heard from again. So don't bully kids. All right, PJ, it is Peggy Gubbins looking to get even or maybe possibly take the lead over Adam the Coyote Collins. She'd like to avoid a TKO if at all possible. In order to do that, she's looking at 3 questions. Her 2-pointer, she selected number 9. And that is going to correspond to what 3-round category?
That is going to be in the realm of thrillers.
Thriller!
For 2 points, Sharon Stone plays Catherine Trammell, a suspected killer, and Michael Douglas plays police detective Nick Curran in this 1992 thriller.
Basic
That would be
Instinct.
Fatal Attraction.
Oh.
Wait, I take that back.
That
I already said it. Sorry.
Incorrect.
Yeah. Basic Instinct.
Oh.
We can have a final answer here.
Basic Instinct. Final answer.
Okay. I am going to accept Basic Instinct as final answer because she did catch herself. PJ did not give away the question answer. She caught herself within a second. That's going to be my ruling. That's how I'm going to score it. Managers, I can wait in the private chat to see
it's
your reaction to that. But that is going to be the initial ruling, is that Peggy Gubbins did catch herself, correcting Fatal Attraction into Basic Instinct. All right, and we are going to bring in both managers, and we're going to have a challenge. I assume, but we'll talk it out first. Let's bring in Shannon Barney and Kate Mulligan. All right, it is going to be corruption, possibly levying the challenge, but it'll allow you as the manager to talk through with your competitor, Shannon. You have a handful of seconds.
All right, Adam, talk to me.
I know there was a precedent set in the McQueenie Barbarian match, but I think it was an accidental precedent because it was situational and there was no rule dictated after that people have to say final answer in singles. I understand it was an honest mistake. I know she knew the answer, but we can't give credit for knowing it when you said the wrong thing. So it'd be stupid not to challenge this, even though they reversed it for McQueenie. That was unprecedented. I don't see how it would hold up doing it again, unless we're changing the rules.
All right, Kate, your counter. Shannon, anything you want to add to that before we...
It's a good challenge.
No, I support my players'
There's nothing
decision.
bad.
Okay, Kate and Peggy.
Peggy, all I actually care about is how you feel about this. I want you to feel good about this match going forward. So I need to know if you want... I do what you tell me to do. So what's going to make you feel good?
I understand I gave the wrong answer. I did catch myself, and then there was talk. No one ever said incorrect or anything. I did catch it, and I gave the right answer. Whatever the judges decide, I'm on board with. I'm okay with.
Okay. All right, then we'll make our ruling. Before we go to break, though, keep in mind the answer she gave was ultimately accepted as Basic Instinct, so it would be overruling that ruling if we were to honor the challenge. So it is a challenge on behalf of corruption, as long as we all understand that. All right, here we go, and we'll be right back with our challenge ruling.
Like I said, McQueenie said Rooster Cogburn and caught himself like 3 seconds later. She caught herself immediately, and if there is a precedent...
We're back, and we have the combination as well as the ruling of the challenge. Again, the challenge is on corruption that Peggy Gubbins did not catch herself in time, that she initially said the wrong answer, saying Fatal Attraction, and having that as her final answer. It was ruled that she said Fatal Attraction, but was able to catch herself before either PJ or myself were able to intervene with it being incorrect within that 1 second window that's in the rule book, and she did eventually come to the correct answer of Basic Instinct. So that's the question at hand. The way that it has been ruled by the judges is that while there's a chance that PJ or myself did want to say incorrect and rule that as the final answer. Peggy Gubbins did catch herself within that 1 second grace period and come up with the correct answer, again, within the 15 seconds allotted, arriving at Basic Instinct. It's razor thin. We do not have the benefit of instant replay, but that is the ruling of the judges, that Peggy Gubbins will be awarded the 2 points, and corruption no longer has a challenge.
Okay.
We'll get her, Adam. Don't worry about it.
Alrighty. So now Peggy Gubbins does have that 2-pointer, but PJ, her work is just beginning. It's now a 5-point ball game. She could potentially tie with a 5-point answer. We're not there yet. Where we are is her 3-pointer that she selected number 18 to correspond to. What?
Number 18.
She's
looking at romance, Mark.
Romance. Some great movies and a lot of awful ones. One of them is going to be the subject of this 3-point question. And PJ, at your ready.
For 3 points in the category of romance, Alec Baldwin, Bill Murray, Rachel McAdams, and Danny McBride all appear in what 2015 romantic film? Five, 4, 3, 2.
JTE.
All right. Alec Baldwin, Bill Murray, Rachel McAdams, and Danny McBride all appear in what 2015 romantic film?
She has 2 JT rules remaining. 5,
4, 3.
It's wrong, but I'm going to say Morning Glory just to throw an answer out there.
That is incorrect. We are looking for Cameron Crowe's Aloha.
Aloha is the answer. It means hello or goodbye. Peggy Gubbins is not saying goodbye just yet because she still has a 5-point question on the table. If she hits it, PJ, she's going to be tied at the top with Adam the Coyote Collins, and that will avoid a TKO for her. Adam Collins will be forced to hit at least his 2-pointer. But where Peggy is her back against the wall. She wants to continue this tournament. She's got to have this final question. She selected number 1. What's she looking at?
Number 1 corresponds to the realm of family films.
Family films. For 5 points.
5 points in the realm of family films. What famous 1970s family film co-stars such actors as Peter Ostrom, Roy Kinnear, Julie Dawn Cole, and Leonard Stone?
Trying to get a 5 to get
5
to at least answer
4,
the question to avoid
3, 2.
Repeat.
That's her second.
What famous 1970s family film co-stars such actors as Peter Ostrom, Roy Kinnear, Julie Dawn Cole, and Leonard Stone?
Just gonna take a shot. If I get it wrong, good luck in the next round. And Collins, I'll say The Parent Trap.
And your winner, by way of TKO, Adam the Coyote Collins. Willy Wonka
and the Chocolate Factory.
And the Chocolate Factory. A whole lot of kids doing no good in there. The Coyote's up to no good, but in corruption, that's just another day at the office. It's a big win, and it's his first win of this Ultimate Schmoedown season. We will allow him and his manager to celebrate in the green room.
Another famous movie that was
Just a second.
rebooted.
We'll be joined by
in
Jen.
2000.
All right, PJ, so you have the Ultimate Schmoedown here. You have Peggy Gubbins with a very game effort against Adam the Coyote Collins, but the guy's already cementing himself as one of the best to possibly have ever played the movie Trivia Schmoedown. For a reason, we saw a lot of that on display today.
Look, he knows his stuff, man, and when you're going up against someone like Collins, you have to bring your best game, and I think Peggy did, but she just got hit with some questions she didn't know tonight, and, you know, that's all she wrote.
It's all she wrote, but if you look at her competitiveness, I do like what Kate Mulligan, her manager, said to her, is that enjoy this moment. It may be the last one in the Schmoedown for the season, but she's going to have a strong comeback next year. I think we're all prognosticating that. But for Adam Collins, his next match is looming large and coming up in a hurry. It's the second round of the Ultimate Schmoedown tournament. He'll be going into battle with his fearless manager, who is not at all common, the queen of corruption, Shannon Barney. Those two are now joined by the great Jen Sturger for an exclusive post-match interview. Jen, it's all yours.
All smiles from corruption today. Shannon with her maniacal laugh.
Maniacal laugh.
Guys, how are you feeling after that?
Maniacal
fantastic
laugh.
That's a load off. I wasn't underestimating Peggy at all. But yeah, I've been having a rough year. So I'll be honest. I needed this one, guys. I needed this one. Sorry, Peggy, you were a game opponent. And the challenge, I submitted it with all due respect to all parties involved. It just seemed like the wise move at the time. She did a great job. But yeah, on to round 2, please. I am so ready for this tournament.
And I guess kind of how you made your mark, let's face it. So is it just that you thrive in this type of format?
I guess we'll find out, but I think there's a very good chance that I do.
That was like so modest. Yes, yes, I do. Shannon, you have to be feeling pretty good about this. There was a very solid victory today. I understand you may be a little frustrated with the challenge, but other than that, like, really not much went against you guys.
No, I'm not frustrated about the challenge at all. Look, you got to throw it out there and see if it works. Sometimes it'll swing in your favor, and sometimes it doesn't. A wasted
Sometimes
challenge
it
at the end
helps,
of the match
beauty
will
of the
give them all.
challenge.
Whatever. We try it. If it works, it works. I understood Adam's point. I was going to support him all the way. I truly didn't care whether the challenge went through or not.
But you had to just put it out there. Like, you're not a good manager if you don't.
Yeah,
It's never
exactly. If I go, no, that's not a good idea unless I'm like coy and
it's
Kevin
almost
Smith, but that's
never
a whole other
a
ballgame.
bad idea
At least
to
this challenge
shout.
had some sort of legs.
Absolutely.
But
unlike some
you're not
other
gonna win them all,
challenges this
and it was
year.
worth giving it a shot.
I would have regretted not challenging a chance, so I'm glad we did to at least work through the process. I think it's important to the game.
Absolutely. And let's face it, this is not your first test that you're going to have in this tournament. Now you're going to be facing the winner of either Meyer or Jacoby Bancroft. And it's like, you're not going up against slouches here. You know what I'm saying?
No, it'll be a rematch either way. I played Brendan once, and it was razor thin. But
So do you have a preference? Are you looking for that second match? Or you're like, let's not say we did.
I would love to play Brendan again, just because, he's a current team's champ. And I honestly should have taken him out in regulation because the intern miss in that match was my fault. I didn't listen to the question long enough. So I handed him that chance to win in sudden death. Jacoby, on the other hand, I beat him in teams this year, but we've tangled in the fan leagues many times. He's one of the best players to get drafted this season. I'd love to play either of them.
Absolutely. So congratulations on a fantastic victory today. I can't wait to see what the Coyote does during this tournament because let's face it, this is your hunting ground as far as I'm concerned. So
And let's be honest here. Adam Collins has done his charity work. He has given away the wins to appease the masses and make everyone think that he's weak and all whatever you want to say about him. He's done his charity work, okay? He's donated wins to you all. That ends now.
Donated. What were you going to say, Adam?
I'm writing off the loss to JT on my taxes next year. But Jen, I just wanted to close it by saying something that you taught me. Oh! Isn't that how it goes?
Oh! You guys are too much. You guys are too much.
Before we leave, you have to.
I'm still recovering, guys. I don't know if I can do it.
There it is.
Take care, guys. Best of luck in the tournament.
All right, well, PJ, it started out as a post-match victory celebration. It ended with
That's
3
Peter
adorable
Pan,
baby
but
seals auditioning for the circus.
whatever.
But either way, the Coyote moves on, and he's taking on the winner of a very curious matchup between Brendan the Kid Meyer, Jacoby the Deal Baker Bancroft. How do you see that one going?
The Deal
You're two
Baker!
cents
I like it!
And both
The
those competitors
Deal
are incredibly
Baker.
good. Like, we've seen Jacoby play perfect games. We've seen Brennan play perfect games. He's a champion. Like, they're good. And Collins is good, too. So it really could go either way. Collins has got his work cut out for him.
It's going to be a fun one for sure to watch that match, and then to see the winner of that take on Adam Collins. They'll probably be in full Coyote roar by then. And as we look to the other side of the ledger here, PG coming up a little short today, but a great effort as she always gives us. Again, sure, her knowledge is unquestioned, but her competitiveness is next to none, as is her manager, Kate Mulligan. She likes to joke around from time to time, but you know that she really cares about those wins, those losses, and those faction points. And so right now, we're going to throw it back to Jen Sturger, who has an interview with both Kate Mulligan, the Den Mother, and her pupil, PG.
Obviously not the result we were hoping for today, but I have to say, PG, you haven't exactly played any slouches since you joined the league. You know what I mean? Like every match you have
From
so
Paige
far
for Betty,
has been like a litmus test to be like, let's see how good this
to
girl
the
really
Rager,
is.
and now Adam
So,
Collins.
how do you think that you measured up today in terms of where you could have performed a little bit better by your own standards?
Today, obviously not my best game. It happens.
It happens to the best of people. Let's be clear.
It was an off day for me. Just the questions did not fall my way. One day they will. Hats off to Adam. He's got very few chinks in his armor. I'm still trying to fit pieces on to my costume, if you will.
You're like, I'm still getting dressed here. Give me a break.
Basically, I've been working my butt off trying to get better this year. I am light years from where I was when I got drafted. And guess what? Next season, I'm gonna be light years from where I am right now. And everyone in the Schmoedown, you better be scared, because you want to know what? I'm going to come back with a fire that is unmatched. And we're going to do some damage next season.
I absolutely love it. I love the fire. I love the intensity. And I just love the determination that you've always shown as a competitor. I have to tell you that. Kate, you still have to be pretty proud of your competitor today.
I'm beyond proud. And I would never, ever disagree with what Mark Ellis says. But at this point, I mean, I care. I'll tell you the order in which I care about things. It is my players, my players, my players. Those are the three things I care about. And to me, I look at Peggy's growth. I hate that she's looking at this game and saying that this match saying it's the worst when I'm like, honestly, I actually think each time.
I mean, if that's you at your worst, I don't want to see you at your best.
She showed in round
or rather,
two.
I don't want to play you at your best.
She showed throughout the entire.
And we have
game.
seen
If
her
you go
best.
back and you look at her first game tape, which yes was a win, but then you look at what she did today. She
almost
against
beat
anybody else might have been a
Rager.
win.
I think that was her best.
To me, that's because I just really feel like Peggy, stop.
Peggy, are you going to be one of those? Are you going to be one of those?
One name on that 5-pointer. I had no idea what question they were asking on that.
That's the 5-pointer. How many people actually get the 5-pointer?
How many?
Round one. I'm talking about how you hung in the round one. I'm talking about how you didn't have to burn through your JTEs. I'm talking about your confidence in round two, your gamesmanship to say, you know what? Oh, I got to double check myself. I'm in a risky territory here. I got to check down. I got to go to multiple. I was so proud of the way you played that. And to me, that's all I care about. If Peggy Gubbins can leave this season, I think anybody can look at this and say, "Oh, Adam Collins, he's the champ. He won the tournament last season. She's a rookie." Like, I think statistically what people thought was going to happen is what happened today. I don't think that is the surprise. I think the surprise comes at how much heart this woman has, and she has had it from beginning and still has it today, and is going to say at the end of this match that she feels so upset about, but she's going to say, "Hey, watch out." That's the surprise, is that somebody can maintain that kind of heart through a whole season. Look at her.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. And I'm watching you, PG, beat yourself up right now. And the fact of the matter is, everything that Kate is saying is true. She and I have been around long enough to tell you that we've watched some of the best just completely fall on their face or lose a match that they were just in, like, they just thought they had in the bag, and they always came back from it. It's not the matches you lose that should hurt you. It's like, what can you take away from each match to just improve on the next time? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And you ask me if I could have Adam Collins or if I can have Peggy Gubbins. I'll take Peggy Gubbins every time.
And that's the only endorsement you need.
Write that check, Shannon.
You two are too much. Peggy, keep your chin up. Do not beat yourself up. And don't you dare ruin your mascara right now.
Yes, honey.
All right.
No.
I love you, girl. We'll see you next season, and I can't wait to see the fire that you bring.
You better count on it.
Oh,
I will.
She is.
Take care, baby.
There she is.
PJ, I think that is putting the league on notice, saying that Peggy Gubbins has more fire to show, because, again, I just set her up as one of the most competitive players we have ever had. If that is just the beginning of this, then, yeah, I'd say her suit of armor is just about finished.
Yeah, look, and the way that Kate believes in her and the way that they're going to be just a massive group to deal with next season if they're still together, man. Like, that is scary. Kate can lock her in. You see how she was talking to her? That's a scary pairing.
I really do see the beginnings of a very fruitful coach-player relationship between those two. And Kate Mulligan bringing a little bit of fire to my apartment with her scented candles. She got me for my birthday months ago. Thank you, Kate. So if you look at this Ultimate Schmoedown, we've seen some surprises, like you said. We've seen some brackets busted. Peggy Gubbins trying to get that done today. Couldn't quite pull it out. She's going to start thinking about next season, while Adam Collins, his next match is right around the corner. He's going to take on the winner of the Kid, and Jacoby Bancroft, the deal breaker. That's going to be a highly contested contest as well. And that's all we really get during tournament time, PJ. It's the Ultimate Schmoedown, and every competitor knows how important it is to their career, to their season, and to their faction in terms of points. This is our playoff season. Is why we love it so much.
Absolutely, man. And look, Collins has got, like I said earlier, he's got his work cut out for him. I'm excited to see what's next. In Corruption, they could use the points, so I'm excited for them, but I'm even more excited now. Like I said, I can't wait to see Peggy next year. That fire is in there, and she's going to crush it.
That's right. As we look forward to Season 9, we remind you we still got a whole lot going on in Season 8. A slew of matches and tournament settings each and every week here at the Movie Trivia Schmoedown, as well as some very enticing live events. We got New York coming up in a matter of days now. That's going to be October 9th. You can get tickets at the schmoedownlive.com. I'll be doing some stand-up. Jen Sturger might pop in there as well, October 7th and 8th at New York Comedy Club.
Actually, no,
and then the big downtown Los Angeles Spectacular, accurately titled the Schmoedown Spectacular at the Globe Theater. You can also grab tickets at our site for that great event. That's going to be the end of our season, but we're just thinking about what's next, and that is more Ultimate Schmoedown greatness. Speaking of greatness, that was PJ Campbell doing a great job writing the questions, collecting them from our incredible staff, and announcing them alongside myself, our great crew here at Skybound Behind the Scenes, the wonderful Jennifer Sturger, and of course, PG Peggy Gubbins, the Coyote Adam Collins, the Queen of Corruption Shannon Barney, and Kate Mulligan, the Den Mother. I'm merely Mark Ellis. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you soon at the Movie Trivia Schmoedown.
Okay, well, I honestly believe, well, there was a chance Peggy could have won this, but it's hard when you're going up against a former champion. In any division, I mean, having gone up against a former champion myself once, you're basically just set up to lose. And it's unfortunate when it actually happens, but sometimes, you know, that's just the way the game goes, and yeah. And it's great that she second-guessed herself, because you cannot afford to miss one, as Peggy, I think, would tell you. And it's great that she second-guessed herself, and it's great that she kept going back and trying to pull out the correct answer any chance she got, and it worked in her favor in round 2 especially. So yeah, and I'm happy she won the challenge, but yeah, I guess sometimes even that just isn't enough. For me though, I answered 8 questions correctly, and considering I basically answered almost next to nothing in round number 1, I'd say that's pretty impressive. It's about my average in singles, but you know, this isn't about me, this is about the Schmoedown, and, well, congratulations to the Coyote on advancing in the tournament yet again, and I'll see you guys next time whenever I can afford to watch another Schmoedown match. See you then. Hello again, everybody! I really hope you enjoyed this video, because I really enjoyed making it. So, if you like what you've seen here, please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more awesome content like this. So, until next time, guys, I'll see you guys next time.